Okay, the weather's nice again today. Time to do some more tests with the camera. I think I'm getting in the hang of it anyways, with certain modes and all that. I'll try to make it look a little bit more, I guess, cinematic per se. And with that, man, what did I read today? How about this first one was kind of crazy. As you know, there's a lot of places using drones in war, especially between Ukraine and Russia. But apparently they're trying to, I guess, encourage people to, I guess you could say anyways, kill more people with drones and so forth, be accurate, and they reward them in a video game type of fashion. This one says Ukrainian computer game style drone attack system goes viral. So it essentially talks about how the army uses a drone bonus system which gamifies a reward program for drone operators that has exploded in popularity amid the ongoing Russian and Ukraine war, which is now in its 4th year. And it says it was launched about a year ago by Ukraine officials like the first deputy prime minister, Mikhailo Fedorov, and the system awards points for successful strikes. Literally, it's like a video game. For example, it says 12 points for killing Russian infantry or 120 for capturing soldiers. And then I suppose when they get these points, they can redeem them for things like weapons, drones, and other gear from an Amazon type of, I guess you could say, store. I did read about something like this before, but it's just kind of crazy to actually see that they're doing something like this, especially in a time of war and all that. Does it actually work on people? And as you can imagine, this is generating a lot of controversy to treat, I guess, war in this way, but they say it's kind of like healthy competition, and in general, it's grown from about 95 to 400 participants, it says, since August. Okay, even I said so, where using a drone is literally like playing a video game with the way the controls and stuff are, but this is kind of crazy to think about, where people are just treating it like a video game when it comes to real life war. Oh, the more you kill, the more resources you get to upgrade like your base and all that. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? Plus, if you're in war, wouldn't you want to supply them with all the equipment that's necessary versus just treating them like a number? Like a video game, for example, like those real-time strategy games. Oh, I'll just send like 100 soldiers here. If they die, then who cares? I'll equip the other people. I don't know, to me, that's kind of crazy anyways. Although with that thought, how about a story where it's a good use of the tech in my opinion, but there's a lot of people who fearmonger it in this way. Apparently people were using it to document these orcas that were hunting a great white shark. Like it says here, video shows orcas hunting great white shark and devouring their livers. I mean, looking at the video, it looks amazing, but there's some people like here anyways, they'd say never fly, for example, near an orca, otherwise you give them like a heart attack if you're even like, let's just say 100 meters in the air, like in my opinion anyways. I'm like, get real. It says here, some orcas have a taste for liver, specifically the livers of great white sharks. Videos taken by scientists in Mexico reveal how the crafty whales manage to snag bites of the apex predator's fatty organs. Researchers filmed 2 orca hunts in the Gulf of California, one in 2020 and another in 2022. They show the pods attacking young great white sharks by flipping them on their backsides to stun them, then slicing their sides open to extract their livers. The team published the finding of their video studies in the Journal of Frontiers in Marine Science on Monday. In one of the videos, all members of the pod share the pink liver fat while the rest of the shark's body sinks into the ocean's depths. During the hunt, a sea lion lurks, seemingly trying to sneak away with a free meal, but the orcas blow bubbles apparently to deter the pests. It's kind of interesting too, because a lot of people here anyways, they would have the perception of, quote, a shark is dangerous, get away. Like, obviously it is a danger in general, I would imagine anyways, but when it comes to things like orcas, the mentality for most is, oh, it's so cute, like let's pet it and so forth, but they are wild animals in general and they hunt each other as you see here. But again, this is a really good use of the tech in my opinion to document situations like this, or imagine how many other regular average people could actually use their drones and accidentally discover things like this as well, where it has actually happened in a lot of cases. So in my opinion, it's kind of crazy when people say, for example, never fly here and there, especially when it's perfectly safe in that way. It shouldn't just be restricted just to some, I don't know, official or something like that because they want to be the only ones to want to do it, in my opinion. For example, flying the drone right up to the animal like 1 centimeter away, trying to harass it and so forth, that's different than someone flying 50 to 100 meters over the water just to capture what's going on. And talk about videos going viral, how about this one in terms of a blunder with the Toronto police or something like that from what I gather. Apparently somebody, I guess, was going away from the police because people assume that person was keying cars, for example, damaging property or something like that, and instead of stopping, the person kept going, and of course the police followed them. But it seemed like one of the police officers in the vehicles didn't set the car on park or whatever, like, because the car kept going and it basically hit the person, and the officers were trying to stop it by the looks of it, telling the person to get back in the car or something like that and to move away. But the guy made another error by the looks of it, where instead of going in reverse, the person went forward. Wow, what an error there. So for injuries, they say it was minor, non-life-threatening and all that, but it makes you wonder what's going to happen here, I guess, for the person doing that with the vehicle. What would you say anyways? Alright, see you guys later.